In this video, I have some more great auction finds, including some very large industrial items that I thought were just awesome. And the first item, which is just a cool old tool. I want you guys to take time to leave some comments below. Plus, I ask you what some of the tools are because I don't recognize all the hand tools. So make sure you reach out and help if you can. Like the video if you enjoy it. Subscribe if you want to see more, all that crap. Let's get started. So one of the things I found at one of the previous auctions, I got this for $5, and this will barely fit on the screen. So this is a torque wrench that goes from 0 to 300. It goes in either direction, reverse or forward. It's made by a company called, looks like Stuart Vaught Richmond Torque Products. It says Hand Tools Division, and it was in Chicago, Illinois. And it is the model M300. I did find a 3/8 drive version of this, but this is actually 3/4. This is a 3/4 socket I use on my impact driver tester. So this is a pretty big boy, and it's pretty cool. I'll show you guys briefly what it looks like on the impact drive tester. Now what I'm doing is I'm tightening a bolt and sandwiching two hydraulic rams to produce a PSI readout on the gauge at the top of the screen. I do this for impact drivers, but for this test I'm actually showing what it looks like with the 3/4 inch torque wrench. So this is a micrometer. There was a lot of tools that I purchased, and by lot I mean just an auction lot of tools that has like a tray and there's several things on it, and I saw the micrometer. I says, I'm going to get this micrometer. Just turn the dial like this. It's a very fine-tuned tool. There's a secondary dial. You dial it in along the measurements. I've never used one of these, honestly, but I recognized it from seeing other people, maybe machinists, use this. If you are someone who uses one of these or something like that, let me know what you mainly use it for. I know it's for a very fine measurement. Massachusetts, United States, pretty cool looking tool. And when I went online, it looked like these were worth 30, 40 bucks on eBay. So that was kind of cool. Just a tiny tool, just a very particular and well done tool. So it'd be kind of cool. Maybe someone out there would need this. So I had to zoom out a little bit, and you can see my board there. It's over a foot of space you can see. It's probably like 1.5 feet. So let me show you the next thing I got. And I'm used to, tell you what, I'm used to, and I'll bring it back. I'm used to something like this. That's a tubing cutter. So I saw a couple of rigid tubing cutters that were more industrial. And here is the first one. Unbelievable. It is huge. Look at this. It doesn't even fit in the picture. I'll put it sideways like this. A huge rigid tubing cutter, 2 to 4 inches, says heavy duty. Number 4-S has $75 written on it. I purchased this tubing cutter and the next one for $5 a piece. No one wanted these things, and just to look at it is cool. This thing is awesome. It's huge. Huge wheel rollers here. Just needs to be cleaned up, and I bet this thing will look fantastic. But let me show you the other one I got, because this one is the baby. Just for effect, there's the main body of our smaller one. It goes from about 22 down to 7 or so. About 15 inches wide right there, or 15 inches tall. And here's the other one. Lift with both hands. This was also $5. Rigid, number 6-S, 4 to 6 inch pipe. It's just wild how big this one is. This one is in about the same condition. This one's a little bit dirtier than this other one, but just the size of the wheels on the cutters. Now you can look at it in just a rough measurement. It's a couple inches wide, just the wheels. Here's a closer look at the wording on the tool, the rigid logo, and then the model number and the specs of what it can do. I could not find a listing for the 6-S pipe cutter on eBay. The 4-S, there was only this particular listing at $65 sold. And as you can see, the new versions of these tools, this is the 6-S at Ohio Power Tool, sells for much more. This is $715, which would have been a really nice profit. But you can't obviously sell it for $715 when they're used. But $65 to $100 for these two,
would be a pretty good profit as well.
Here's a few of the small tools I've found at yard sales and auction. A lot of them are just everyday tools, a 2-foot level. This is cool because this is a Craftsman level, which is made in the USA, so that's pretty cool. It'll be really easy to paint this thing up, refinish it, clean these screws up if they'll come out, or replace them if they won't, and just make this US made tool come back to life. A couple more levels right here, both of them metal. I think this is an aluminum and made in the USA as well. This one is exact magnetic level number M9, I think it says. This one looks a little bit older, but you can see this is the Craftsman USA model. This one's made in the USA as well. Some bargain bin needle nose pliers, but you know what? Everybody needs needle nose. Clean these up. I can put them in my little house kit my wife uses too. So, nothing wrong with these. I have to look a little bit closer next time because it's actually Klein Tools, which is a nice electrician's brand. This is a nice little cheap wire stripper. I'll use this around the shop because it's not really a vintage or anything like that. It's just a nice little tool you can use to strip wiring. It fits in from the end. You clamp it and it pulls the sheath off of the wire. Makes it really easy. And it doesn't always have to be old tools. This is an HDX Home Depot cutter. A nice little tubing cutter. It's brand new. I got it for either 50 cents or $1. And these probably sell for between $5 and $10. I'm not quite sure, but it's definitely worth it. I've actually had these in my tool bag in the trades before and used it for a long period of time. So, just a nice round of stuff. Also, last two tools here, guys. If you can tell me what either one of these tools is, I would appreciate it. Now, let's look at this one. This is a Stanley tool. It has a screw right here. It looks like it's cracked right there, and this probably slides around. It's an angle finder is what I'm guessing. You tell me, is this just a Stanley angle finder? Nice old one. This one is, I'm not sure if it's some sort of file that you can take the bits out of. I know it has a chuck that you can put these bits into, and it looks like it's a file. I'm not sure. I had to tighten it, not loosen it. It tightens down. Still kind of moves there, but here it is. Tell me what you think. What is this tool? I'm gonna get out of here for this time, guys. A few more auction finds and some nice stuff coming up. Got some Milwaukee power tools. Hey, all right, and more. So stay tuned. And the largest bolt cutters I've ever used in my life.